so much worse quality. So much worse quality. It's okay, right? 2019 is about doing, not procrastinating for perfection.
Yes. Just doing it.
But anyways, all right. Look at me.
Me
Be in
to,
the
like,
picture.
Get closer.
We are
back.
so color matched, not on purpose. That's crazy.
Nothing. I always feel like, do you look at yourself or do you look at the whole? But
The camera's over here, yeah.
Okay.
Probably, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So last year I did this on my Mac. Oh, we did it with Google Live. Yeah, Google
You and Gabby?
Hangouts. Yeah, because there was the biggest snowstorm. Like we were set to meet, and I was driving out to her, and she was in Canton. Somehow everyone lives that way legally, and I don't understand. Also, it's weird to me because they say it like they live in another city, but to me it's still Cleveland. I don't know why.
So you think like this is Cleveland right now or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I know people look at me so strange. My sense of space is not. It's like condensed. Like it's like a suburb of Cleveland. Right?
I mean, I get it, but I also don't like. I can see the
Like,
logic of that, but
I think because being international, like when you look at an international map, you'll see Cleveland, you'll see Columbus, you'll see Cincinnati,
that's about it.
Toledo,
Mm-hmm.
Columbus. Did I say Columbus? I think I did. And that's kind of cool.
No, that's it. That's
Dayton,
like the biggest
some-
ones.
yeah.
Yeah.
You won't see Akron. I mean, you
No.
might, but not on like a, so like, yeah,
So
your
why
suburb.
say it? Yeah.
Anyways,
Okay.
so, anyways, that reminds me of that song, Level Up, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time, nice. I don't know, whatever. Okay, cool. I feel like I'm talking so much. Oh my god.
It's okay.
I was like such a mute the whole day today and yesterday.
So now
and I
you're
was,
getting it
like,
all out.
Yeah. I don't, this
Why
is
not?
so uncomfortable. Even though we've been talking. I've been talking.
Welcome. That
Yeah.
totally made it less awkward, right?
No.
Not at all.
No, I'm still out. Nothing can take the awkwardness away.
No. This isn't even real wine. Like,
no.
I feel like I'm getting goofy.
Although people didn't know that.
It's wine.
It's
There we
the
go.
placebo effect.
Yeah, I think it is.
So yeah, last year, Gabrielle, we did Meisner last year, and we did on her channel the YouTube tag, New Year resolution YouTube tag questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm combining it with podcasting. Hopefully this sounds good enough for podcasting. It's not that great. I really want, like, that's a goal, get a good microphone. Because I have one, but then
Do we need
the
to
other
like
one
stop
sucks.
it and check the sound or no?
whatever is.
Okay. That's good.
I have an idea, actually.
Mm.
I can put, because it should have space for voice memo. All right, so I'm gonna clap it just so it's all like synced, movie style. All right, should have brought my clappers. So, all right, so yeah, welcome. Here's to us trying my first idea for us. The one that I really kind of want to like do, especially with this workbook and stuff, is like the Keeping Happy podcast, which is kind of like this maybe start of and yeah, I mean, it's a perfect, I think, kickoff because we get to talk about 2018, what was great, I don't think what wasn't, we can talk about that too, and what we won in 2019. So alrighty,
Cheers, let's do it.
yeah. All right, so 2018. If you had to choose one word to represent the year you had last year, what would it be?
Unexpected.
Okay.
For sure.
Any details to that? I like details.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just like acting wise, nothing really panned out, which was fine. I mean, some small projects did, but like no big goals that I had in mind, which was fine. Career wise, like I changed jobs in the Army. That was kind of unexpected. Like I knew I wanted to do that, but I didn't think it would actually happen as quickly as it did, which was great.
Yeah.
And of course, meeting Kevin. It's definitely
Or-
unexpected, but
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but good. What about you? What's your one word?
It's not a bad word. Mine, I put full,
Ooh.
but I also put, more words.
Oh, okay.
I can't. Actually, so I have a nickname for, I can't say my guy because we're not together, but whatever. Pine Tree. And the reason, the way that came up was actually the podcast episode with Gabrielle. We were outside of, I don't know what, Chili's, I think. Yeah. I don't know where, somewhere halfway in Kent or somewhere near Kent. And I was waiting for her and I was vlogging, or I was talking to her. I'm like, I need a nickname for him because I always had nicknames for guys, especially. And there were pine trees or whatever, that kind of trees. And I'm like, okay, Pine Tree it is. It's a weird nickname. He's tall.
Yeah, he is.
I don't know. Are pine trees tall though?
Yeah, they can be really tall.
Yeah.
I think.
They're not like, what's a tall tree? Sequoia, obviously.
Oh
but
yeah, those are huge.
he's not that tall. But there's like other ones that they're like more known for their tallness. I don't know. Anyways, but full, but also what came into my head when you were talking about your year. Mine, I wouldn't say unexpected as much as like a roller coaster. It was literally a roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like every day, every week, it was like such an up and down thing. And lately, I was like, I kind of, yeah, exactly like that. I was flabbergasted or whatever because I'm like, I don't understand it anymore. So, yeah, roller coaster. But what else I put was, I broke boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what I was referring to. Lived fully. Gave in and had new experiences. Yeah. Because I did live fully. I went for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Ideally. What did you do in this last year that you've never done before?
I went to a casino for the first time.
For the first time, really?
Yeah, I had never been to one before.
My
And I
first
went when I was
casino
in
was
Jersey.
when I was 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I went because I was nervous because, like, I've never been a big gambler. I'm kind of thrifty when it comes to money, so I never wanted to gamble. So
Yeah, that's
I
not
mean-
why I went. Obviously, and especially at 10.
Well, yeah, especially at 10, but like as an adult
Throw
now,
the money.
like, yeah, but I went with some people who had been there many times, and I watched for a little bit, and then I finally took out $20 in cash, and I was like, all right, once it's gone, it's gone.
I do
That's
the
it.
20, yeah.
I think I walked out with $40 on top of the 20 I had, and I was done. But like just knowing that you could win money like that, I was like, I can't, because it was in Jersey. I was like, I'm not going to this one in Cleveland because if I go and I get addicted or like, I'm just scared that I'll
That you will.
get
Yeah,
hooked.
I don't know how. I think it's tempting, and I think a lot of people, they might call themselves addicted, but they're not as addictive. But yeah, especially, yeah, it's
a slippery slope to me.
Yeah, I think so for me too. And but I like Las Vegas casinos because they're pretty.
I've never
Like I
been
don't
there.
really go for the money part. I just
Well,
go
yeah.
because like to me when people say casinos, like oh they're supposed to be like this big show,
Excuse me.
but they're not.
No, or like big fancy stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I take that back. So I went to my first casino when I was 10. It was, I think, a racing casino. We were passing through, like, we were driving all over the country, and I just came to the U.S., and my mom, she got carded because she was 32, I think, and she looked as young as I did. So, or younger. So, even though she had me, and in Romania, like, we don't really have, like, teenage moms. So she's like, but I'm like with a child. Why did they think that I was younger? Because we just did not put the two and two together at that time. But then when I was little, I was just talking about this. I used to love the one that the jackpot or the things with the 3 different things.
That's not a slot machine, is it?
Yes.
Is
right?
it? Okay.
Like you
I don't
pull
know.
it.
And it
and then,
yeah.
yeah. In Romania, we had like this like discotheque casino thing. It was a casino, I guess. There were no rules, age limits, and I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was like, I don't know, 5 or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then I think it's cool because you really, I don't think as a kid you can get addicted because you don't have the
no.
concept of money.
Right.
You're just like, you just want to play the things. And I
Yeah,
don't even
and
think
that's
you
it.
were winning money. I think it was just coin based.
Yeah. You're just like putting. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But just like, I mean, it's the same thing though.
Yeah.
Like, arcade games are pretty much like kid
gambling. Kid casinos.
Yeah.
But, and I hear stories about people who make a living gambling, or like that's how they
Yeah.
make their money, and also how they lose their money. And I'm like, I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't learn too much about that
I
world.
would get too stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would get it's not my personality type, I'm
No.
pretty frugal, so I shouldn't be afraid of getting addicted to it, but
Yeah.
it's like you never know what's going to happen, so
I'm a
I
risk
would rather
taker,
not.
sort of, but yeah.
I'm pretty risk averse, but
Yeah. Okay. Well, congratulations.
yeah. Well, thank you. What was your thing?
Fireworks.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that within a mile radius of the fireworks. There were 2 fireworks. One was at someone's house, like a big display. And that was louder also because the other one was on the Good Times boat and they had music. So that helped take the loudness out.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off like this. And then I was like, oh, no, I can do this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And actually, like, it was with Pine Tree, and, like, he pulled my hands away, but I'm like, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm. I got this.
It's, yeah. And then...
I was going to say, I was like, not trying to peek, but totally
It is-
peeking.
yeah. Yeah. Something else. That was first. And then... Surrender to Love. That sounds so sappy.
No, it doesn't. It's
Yes, it
beautiful.
doesn't. Well, I don't like beautiful. I don't like sappy, mushy stuff. But that's part of it. That's like the surrender to love is like I let myself be mushy and stuff. And love and allow myself to be loved, even though it didn't really work out. But that's an accomplishment, yeah.
Yeah, because some people never do that. Some
Yeah,
people
like
never
right
let
now
that
I'm
guard
not there.
down.
Yeah.
Well,
Right now I'm definitely garden.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. What was the last year's? And had a boyfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. Mm-hmm.
Like for real. Like we both wanted relatively to be together. Like because my first boyfriend, yeah. That was like, hey, so I've never had a girlfriend. You've never had a boyfriend. Wanna be in this really? Let's try it out.
Let's just try it and see how it goes.
Yeah. And then a lot of like mind games and stuff went on. What was last year's resolution, and how did it go?
For me, and I don't remember if this was last year or 2 years ago, because obviously I can't remember what year it is. But one of these past 2 years, my resolution was to be selfish for myself and to put myself first and to like try to focus on growth and like, well, not necessarily growth, but trying to focus on not always making other people happy if it was costing me my happiness.
That sounds very much like what I'm trying to set for this year. Yeah.
Yes, and it went surprisingly well. Like, I definitely feel like this past year I've settled more into who I am, and I've accepted myself a lot more than I have ever. Like, I finally feel comfortable in my skin. And I think part of that was, like, trying, and I know I still need to, like, that's one of my resolutions for this year is to say no, because I know I spread myself too thin sometimes. But
learn when to say no.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it went well. And it sounds weird to say, like, being selfish was my goal, but
No, I
it
think
was
a lot
for the
of people are
right
in that
reasons.
boat.
Yeah.
Because of that. Because we're all kind of, we're being selfish for the wrong reasons, but not actually taking care of ourselves. We're just, like, looking to be selfish about, getting stuff or something. And that's not the same thing.
No, because you can be a better person and you can be kinder to people when you're actually taking care of yourself.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really hard.
It's very hard, and I still slip up, but...
Yes, you do.
quite frequently, but
Yeah.
I'm work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah.
Work in process.
It's
No,
finding the
work in
balance.
progress. Yeah.
What did you say?
What's the
first
phrase? Work in progress or
Yeah.
work in process?
one? I mean, I guess either one would work. Well, no,
It's
because
progress.
process is like a process.
Yeah,
It's
it's
the
not
process
right.
of work in progress. That's how I would see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So actually, I pulled down because I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I did it with Gabrielle. So I pulled down those answers. I had try a souffle. I know
Okay.
it's big
Okay.
and small. No one says anything. A lot of
Right.
people make but for some reason I wanted to try a souffle. I did not try a souffle this year. Did
Let's
not
go
make
try
one.
one
Did
right
not,
now.
and we don't have time. And then declutter.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, okay, last year, New Year's caught me with papers all over my room.
Oh yeah.
I was like in the process of decluttering all my papers, and I guess in a way I've gotten a little better. I got it's really I think you were there when you both were there, Pine Tree and you. When maybe not. I think he said this to me separately, but you saw the bookshelf in my room, and he was so impressed by my organization. But it's not really organized. It just looks organized because it's pretty. But inside each of the things, it's sort of organized, but not ideally. And I am kind of like OCD in a way where I know it's not perfect. So it's like it is, but it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I need to still declutter. And that includes social media and stuff, which is the next thing. Be more organically organized with social media. And this kind of worked and didn't work because of Pine Tree. So weird.
It's okay. I just think
my
of
one
it-
friend. Yeah, what?
Nothing. I was about to say something inappropriate. Sorry.
I can't think of it.
No, okay, well, not politically correct.
Okay.
I want to say every time I hear Pine Tree, I think of like a Native American name,
Oh.
like
He kind of looks a little
Swimming
bit.
Bear, Pine Tree. Like,
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah. I think you could pass a little bit.
He probably could, but.
He has
anyway.
something. Anyways, but yeah. But I do want to meet, if there's a Pine Tree out there, I do want to meet them.
Yeah.
It might be a girl.
Might be.
Yeah. But yeah, so because of that, I actually got off of social media for most of this year. So that was kind of being organized because then I had much less stuff that I posted. So much less stuff that I posted because I used to post 20 times a day or something, and not so much anymore. And actually, I didn't really realize it until that other person, they post a lot. And I'm like, when do you I just wrote to you how fast were you? I used to be like that. And I was like, oh, okay. I have a bunch. Make life and emotional life easier, able to handle and grow. I wouldn't say easier, but I was able to handle it, kind of, not so much. But one of the things that I even put in this workbook, I survived. So
That's an accomplishment.
I'm still alive.
That is an accomplishment because some people aren't alive anymore. So
yeah. And it feels sometimes like it's dead inside. So yeah. As I say that, laughing.
Laugh or cry.
More organized brainstorming. No, I haven't really brainstormed. I haven't taken the time for YouTube and podcasts and all this stuff. I'm still a mess. Exercise for less neck pain, and this is because of the guy. Because he's tall, and literally that is what I said with Gabrielle. I remember when I was kissing him, it was just the next day I would wake up so sore with my neck.
Because you weren't used to looking up or bending.
No, and
your
I
neck.
have issues with my neck. Yeah, so it was and then when you kiss, you're there. I have no muscles in my neck, so it was so bad. But yeah, I'm not kissing him anymore. But also, that feels really weird to say public. I don't like that. I've become a lot more private too.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know. I'm enjoying the ride. But I do have a little bit of less pain, even though I have not exercised. And even though I'm like not happy right now, I'm not, I don't know, it depends on the day. But, yeah, I don't have that much pain. Like the stomach we're talking about, I don't know where it was recorded, if any.
There,
but yeah, not having Nexium the whole year, most of it. I think in January, February I did. So yeah, less pain overall somehow. I don't know. Even if I have pain, it's like I don't pay attention to it anymore that much. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. So kind of a win. And then don't give up just from setbacks. I've always kind of felt this. Like, just because you failed on your diet today, don't say screw the diet completely. Because we all kind of do that.
I need to work on that.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's basically like our excuse. Like, oh, well, you know, this is my excuse to not continue this.
Yeah. My thing is, it's like, it's my excuse that I'm not perfect. I won't be, so why keep trying? Which is a terrible way to look at it, but that's
I do that, yeah.
That's what my thought process is.
I actually don't do that, but I've borrowed that from a friend. It's so nice. I mean, it's not healthy, it's not good, but it's nice, like, it's comfortable.
Well, it's comfortable because then you never really do anything because you're like, it's never going to work, it's never going to be perfect, so I just won't do any of this, like.
Yeah. And that's, like, part of,
it's so bad.
Part of, when I was watching Superwoman vlogs and Lily Singh, and I got her book, and the biggest lesson that I got from that, which I still kind of keep true with, is if you either want to grow or be better or whatever, or you want to be comfortable. You cannot do both. So the next time that you don't feel like being in a room with strangers, do you want to grow? Like, she would have such an awesome way to put it where it's like, it's not going to kill you. Yeah. Or, you know, like, if it's something that's not going to kill you, why not do it?
Right.
Because you'll, like, survive. Like, you'll be out of that room eventually.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. What was last year's theme? Did you have a theme for last year?
Last year's theme? Yeah, I thought mine was growth and learning to let go. Like, kind of growing further as a person, but also letting go. Trying to let go of expectations, timelines, like, the personal pressure to hit this, hit that. Like, because as soon as I let that stuff go, stuff fell into place. So it was like, okay.
Look at that, yeah.
Funny how that works.
I know.
Yeah.
It is
weird. I feel like for sure that was my little theme or lesson for the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I had build or establish myself, which didn't exactly pan out. Because I definitely go with the flow, so I'm like, oh, well, that was, I think, yeah, I was a lot more goal-driven back then when I made these. And then he came into my life and I'm like, nope. Redirect.
Yep.
Because it was something that I always wanted. And I thought I could, like, balance it out, but it was just such a mess that it didn't balance out. But I think, you know, it was a mess. This is so off topic, but I think it was a mess because, like, it needed to be balanced out. Like, I needed to heal some things that were not being healed because I never got the opportunity to heal them. And that makes sense if you read, like, I forget the name of the books now, but the Keep the Love You Have, Get the Love You Want, one of those.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, you meet people and, like, that's how you heal issues that you have, basically, because you go through those experiences or with those people, you know. So I couldn't, and then that was something that I said, even though I didn't accomplish, you know, building and establishing myself, which I'm kind of I'm pushing it to this year, sort of, but it was still worthwhile because it was a good detour because I couldn't be where I am now without this past year.
Exactly.
And even though it's like weird to say, and it sounds like, oh, that's like you're trying to make something better from something not great. I always think that about people. I always think like you're just lying to yourself. You're just trying to make yourself feel better. But it's not. It's like I really feel like a totally different person. Totally different person. It's really strange. So highlights and accomplishments. My little workbook thing.
Oh, yeah. Honestly, not the only, but like the biggest thing that I thought of that actually like felt like an accomplishment or a highlight for me was finally going to therapy. I did it.
Oh, you started this year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I only went for about 8 months, and then she was like, you don't need to keep coming back.
I've never
unless
heard
you
that.
think. Yeah, she was like, unless you really want to, but like, I don't think you need help. So I was like, okay, well. But she was like, obviously, if you ever need anything, let me know. But that whole journey, and honestly, I've been like, hey, maybe I should go back. But but that was something that I've known I should have done for years and just never did. So that was something I finally did this year, and I'm really glad I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded when you talk about yours, it sounds a lot more productive than my therapy sessions, which is probably why it's been years. With different ones, I guess, too.
Yeah.
Like, I started in college with, like, the counselors on there because it was free, so I'm like, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
And also because I was dealing with, I want to do this, but I am doing this. And, and then, I don't know. I've had breaks, though, in between. But it's always been ongoing because the things that I tackle, it's not like, okay, I want to do this better. It's always, like, such a mess in my head. So we don't even really get to anything, to the problem. Like, what are we trying to solve? It changes all the time.
Yeah.
For me. So I envy you on that.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I don't know, like, not to sound like a jerk, but like when I went in, I was like, all right, I have low self-esteem. I feel like I'm a failure. Like, I have no self-confidence,
Oh,
help me out. Like,
yeah.
I've felt depressed for a long time, but I don't know if it's serious or not. Like, I'm not suicidal, because I always would start with that, because I'm like,
You have to.
don't hospitalize me, just help me. Like,
I don't know if they hospitalize you, but yeah.
They can't. Well,
they definitely will try to find out if you are.
Oh, for sure. But, I mean, and like I said, it's such a back and forth, up and down journey that I really have been thinking about going back, but at the same time, like, well, just try to wait, do some of the coping skills and see if it helps. But, yeah.
Yeah, because it's supposed to help you rewire your brain so you don't...
So you don't follow the same thinking patterns, which is what I've struggled with.
And you're in the first year, though, so...
Yeah.
Maybe you should, like, help me out with my therapy. Like, give me a list, my Romanian. Yeah. And I'll go to my therapist, like, okay, so I have this and this and this. I need to work on this, my friend says.
Right. Yep. This is what I'm bothered by. This is what I'm concerned by. Let's tackle this.
Yeah.
Because I really didn't have, like, childhood trauma or anything super serious, which was the biggest reason I never went, because I was like, I shouldn't be messed up. I didn't have anything like, nothing
we all
serious,
are.
had anything,
Right.
That was a process to come to.
Yeah, and that is strange because I've had conversations where, like, did this happen in your childhood? I'm like, no. No.
Yeah.
I wish I could blame it on that.
Right?
But no.
It's like, there's nothing. There's no solid event. There's nothing. Like...
Right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, though? Because
Nope, go for it. And I'm so sorry because, like, my nose is tickling.
I know, it's okay.
Okay.
But even, like, small things.
Small things?
Yeah. Not that you wrote, but, like, if you go back to January, did anything happen in January? That's literally kind of what I did. What happened in January? Any accomplishment?
Not really.
February? You kept your job.
I kept my job.
I kept my job.
Yeah.
I mean, because for some people that is a big accomplishment. It
Yeah.
might not be
Yeah.
big, especially to you. For me, it was because I was a mess for most
Well,
of the year. But
I mean, I guess acting wise, January I
You
think is
still
when I
stayed with the
started.
school?
Yeah, January is when I started the scene class, so that was like a step up.
Well, that's an
There you
accomplishment.
go. That's an accomplishment. Which actually, I am taking a solid break next month. Like I
Okay.
told her, I was like, I'm not coming because I just need to.
Yeah.
But so that's accomplishment. Still have been going, but yeah.
The summer,
other
the
highlights.
spring, March, April, May, June, July.
Well, June I met Kevin. Well, I actually talked to him. I had seen him around, but we actually talked in June.
That's
That was an
crazy. It was
accomplishment.
like
6 months
yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. July, he met my parents. August, I went to Jersey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That was something.
That was something.
I don't know if an accomplishment, but you survived.
I survived. That's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
October, September. Yeah.
Your birthday
My birthday.
existed.
Another year older.
Did you do anything on your birthday?
Nope,
Did I
sure
say
didn't.
happy birthday?
You did.
Okay.
I'm sure you did. I went to class. It was a Tuesday.
I think we talked about that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you came down to Kent to give me
Oh,
my
yeah.
card. Yes, you did something for my birthday. You drove way out of your way to give me a card.
I did.
And a
I
gift,
did.
probably.
I think I got a gift too. Maybe
Yeah.
a card? I think it was a gift.
I'm pretty
I don't
sure it
remember
was.
what
I'm
it
pretty
was.
sure. Oh,
This is true friendship right
okay.
here.
I know. I was about to say.
Did I
I'm
give
pretty
you a
sure,
gift?
I'm pretty sure it was the coasters from Mexico
Oh, maybe.
because you had just gotten back.
Okay.
Not too long ago. There was that and something.
I feel like
else.
I don't remember what I. I'm sure I took a picture of it, so I'm sure I have it somewhere.
I'm sure I have the card
Yeah.
sitting up on my desk because I
Yeah.
think it was the
Oh yeah,
support a
the
friend
I
one.
did see it. Yeah, yeah. I waited so many months to give you that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I did. Wow. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
You're a good
that's
friend.
crazy.
Mhm.
Okay. So yeah, I put a bunch of things, and I'm not going to read them all necessarily. I could go also very fast. I did keep my job, and I say that because it was touch and go at some points, because we had layoffs. The company had layoffs. I am in a position where I don't know what the heck I'm supposed to do or be. And they changed it. They changed everything without even letting me know, and it was a crazy thing. And then also everything that was going on in my personal life that affected it, because I'm what's that oh gosh, what's the, I don't know, insecure attachment. I don't know, I forget the attachment. There's like the attachment theory. So I put people first. So if the relationship with my friends, family, not so much with my family, but with my friends or significant others or whatever, if someone doesn't like me, I put all my eggs in that basket, and that's all I can focus on. And so at work, there were moments when I just could not focus on it. And people don't understand that. But if you watch the movies on YouTube, they're awesome movies about the attachment theory. And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes! Like, it's proven, it's there, that people just, some people are like that, where they just, yeah. So, anyways, was in a relationship that I wanted to be in. I did literally put it that way. And felt deep love. My best friend over here became my best friend. Not even a year into our friendship. My first acting in a play. Oh my gosh, yes. And I remember being on that stage. And right before my parents, I saw them. And that kind of threw it all out of whack. But for a second, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm finally doing this. Because that was like, I remember for a brief second, like when I was 5 or 7, I don't know. I wanted to be a singer, not an actress, but same thing. I was on a stage pretending. I was like playing. So I had the best time during that play. People were like stressed reading their thing, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to chill over here and watch you all stress out. I get to just enjoy it because I get to play, and people pay to watch me play. So,
And you did great too.
and
I loved
your night
watching it.
was the worst.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because I knew you guys were there. And I
good.
sucked. But you don't understand Spanish, so that
Oh,
that's
why.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, that was bad. Because, like, the nerves, yeah. People, when they come to see me, if I am ever in a play, do not tell me you're there.
Noted.
Came out of my shell because of the play. The director was amazing. She was amazing. And I'm more open and big because of her. Less apologetic. Less apologetic. For like Jolie, for my presence. I brought it, I think, take space. And one of the sweetest things that this guy has said to me was, you know, like you can, oh gosh, what was it? Because I had the take space, my intent bracelet, that's what they're called. And he's like, you can, you know, take up space with me, or it's like take up space. So I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, that is my work in progress, taking up my space. I got a vocal coach in here, voice lessons with the best fit of a vocal coach. She's amazing. I love her so much as a person. Like she's, again, we just got to singing, and after 3 sessions, I didn't utter a sound for 3 sessions. Because I was terrified, and because it's so psychological, for me at least, and that's why I went to her. But she also talks about like being less apologetic, and we talked this past session of like taking up space, because like I'm here, like I'm allowed to take up my space, but I always apologize. I'm always like not in the spotlight, and yeah, have every right to take up space that I'm taking up. Fireworks, watched 2 sets of fireworks, bonded and connected with my mom again. So like our relationship got a little better because of the heartbreak. When you're like heartbroken, it's like screw formalities, basically. Yeah. You don't care anymore. Found my hidden, more feminine side in the relationship. That was like so cool. I got like a higher voice that I don't have now. And it was so cool. And I was like, you know, all feminine for a very short period of time. Became part of a theater company. Survived my first really bad breakup.
Again, that's an accomplishment. Some people don't.
It was. Still is. Crew, my first feature film, even though it was in Hollywood film. But that's okay. And also, I didn't really get... Every time that I get a crew role, I don't really have a specific sense of like duty, or not duty, of response, like what am I supposed to be doing here, like it's never concrete. It's never like you're the camera person and I know what I'm doing. Got off my stomach medicine for almost the whole year. That is so big. Stood up for myself with a guy, more than one, and then with this one also broke up with him a few times. Kept true to myself, didn't do any self-destructive choices. Like before, when like things would go bad romantically, I would definitely do my own self-destructive stuff, and even like just personally or just my mental. But this year I didn't even get any like inclination, like, oh, I want to drink. There was one night, yeah. Did some personal stuff for real for the first time. Traveled to Mexico for the first time. I always wanted to go to Mexico. I always went to Canada or Europe because we have family and friends. But I always wanted like somewhere tropical, and that was like my first, and it was really cool. It was like I was a shell of a person during it, but still, even he said that he saw like there were moments that he could still see like the old me, basically, like the happy me. 4 Points film, and that was an accomplishment because I got back into like being, you know, part like leading, but also I finally got a good location. I did not get a crappy location. I got an actual really perfect looking location. That was like amazing. And also like that whole experience was pretty cool. Good and bad. Connected with my sister more. Yeah, this year I connected with my sister more. And like I think we're still, I don't know if she's still, but we're both learning Korean, both Actually, I didn't. I found out about BTS after, but she's obsessed with BTS.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
some of my Facebook friends are obsessed with them too.
gosh, they're amazing, yeah. Or they were. More tolerance and compassion. That is how I grew this year. I've become I've like been able to be tolerant and compassionate. Mm-hmm. Stage management for a play or associate stage man. That's what I just started. Awesome interview. One of the best interviews in my life. Hopefully I'll get the job. But either way, it was awesome experience. And influenced someone for the positive, less ignorance, and like broaden their horizons. And so that was cool. And they told me that themselves, and I'm like, okay. And that was awesome to hear that. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Wow.
That was
a
lot.
Yeah, that's good though.
What worked in 2018 for you?
What worked?
What worked? What time is it?
I don't know. 10:50.
Oh,
10:55.
No. Yeah. What?
Let's see.
Oh, it started at 10:15. Okay.
10:54. Okay. You said what worked?
Mm-hmm.
Letting go. That for sure worked. I started to, and I'm still trying because I didn't do it as much as I wanted to, but like learning about or trying to figure out what I believe as far as the universe goes and energy, and how do you like live your fullest life? How do I be the best Annette that I can be? Like trying to figure out how to do that. I am starting to go, I don't know, like there's a little church right down the road that's like Unitarian, so it's very non-denominational, non-traditional. And I've been trying to go back to that too, because to me there's something very powerful in tapping into a bigger source than just us. Like some people call it the creative spirit.
You can tap anywhere into that source. Yeah. And even if you're religious, we were taught in my Catholic high school, like God is in you. Yeah. And everywhere. But I think what you feel is that sense of community and being with everyone, that is powerful,
That and just learning different perspectives. Like for me, just any chance I can get to learn a little bit more or to try to see things in a different way, I love that. Like that's one of my favorite things. Like even when we talk and hearing you explain how you feel, like understand, like getting a glimpse into how somebody else processes something. Like I just really enjoy that. So trying to dive more into that worked for me, but I still have a long way to go. But that worked. And really, I didn't realize until earlier today when I was thinking about these questions more, but like taking a step back and realizing how much I've let go of unrealistic expectations, because that used to consume me, but I've really let go of that. And there's still some that are lingering, but we can't be perfect overnight.
Yeah. And I mean, you can, right. Exactly. Yeah. It's a year.
It's, and honestly, it's just a year, it, in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. It's so small.
Yeah. It's a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
But it's enough blinks and there's a whole picture. So, I mean, I don't know. But that didn't sound right, did it?
No, I think so. But it was, it sounded like something that you just, anyways, I don't know. But, I like, this is so reflective of us. You're, like, concise and just, I mean, I feel like this is the people I have in my life. Like, him, you, Gabrielle, no. But, like, the people that I do have in my life are, like, I'm not concise and, but, balance. Yeah.
Balance.
Yeah. What worked for me is, again, no Nexium for most things. Right. I mean, it's so big for me.
Celebrate it, girl.
Yeah. And finally got the perfect filming location for my movie. The job kind of worked. Kind of. Friendship with him, with you, with some other people, not so much. But, like, friendship as what is it? Like, as an institution? I think people say that sometimes, and I find that so weird.
An institution?
Friendship as entity. That kind of worked for me.
Okay.
Not cutting people out, except absolutely necessary. I had to add that because I did cut one person out.
Yeah.
But it was long overdue. It was just very toxic. And I mean, this relationship, you could say it's toxic, but not so much. I mean, that was years of me turning into someone I wasn't. Someone that judged other people, that looked at other people, that compared myself to other people. And that is all coming from this friendship. And like, just goals that I don't have for myself, a life, idea that I don't, or perspective that I don't have, and all this stuff. And yeah, not so compassionate, not so understanding, not so empathetic. And that, like you said, getting to different perspectives is really cool to like understand, or like try to have exposure to, at least. But
yeah,
like, you have to be careful. Sometimes they can like erode your beliefs.
Oh, yeah.
Too. So yeah.
And I think there's a difference between being open to different ideas and actually taking them as your own.
Right,
And
but
it's a hard line to walk, because as soon as you open yourself up to an idea,
you have it
you're
there with
opening
you all the
yourself up.
time.
Yeah, so it
it's
can either
with you.
Yeah.
The inception, right? The
Yeah.
idea, the most infectious virus or whatever is an idea, a
The only-
thought.
Yeah, that, and it's the only thing you can't kill.
Yeah.
You never kill an
Yeah,
idea.
no. And that's why I talk as much as I do, and why I tell people everything that I say, because, hey, at least it's in your head forever.
And it's
somewhere.
out there.
Yes, yeah. And the last thing that worked for me was my vocal coach. And I really do want to like say that, because I was watching years ago, I was watching on YouTube, I forget his name, Eric Arsenault. And he had like cool like vocal warm-up. I feel like we're both like basically like off camera.
There we go.
But yeah, and he's very expensive, but I thought, he kept talking about like anyone can sing, and I have been told I should never sing in public by my family and all this stuff. So, but I always wanted to. And so this year I gave it it's been 1 or 2 or more years that every time I go and I look, and I'm like, I wanted him initially, but then I saw this vocal coach, and she had a video, and she explained it was just such a personal approach to voice lessons. It wasn't about like these notes and, you know, belting and whatever. It was like so holistic. She's like a holistic coach. And like we focused a lot on breathing and the foundations, and how powerful breathing can make you sound so different. So
Wow.
yeah, shout out to her, Leora from Eric Arsenault.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. I love her. Yeah. So,
Nice.
I'm like, go ahead. What's
Yeah,
next?
I'm like,
what didn't work,
Oh.
and what good came out of it?
Well, what didn't work for me was losing weight, but I did lose some.
Same.
I did lose some, like,
Okay.
because I remember I weighed myself back in like March or something, and where I'm at now is less. It's not as much less as I would like it to be, but it's a little bit. But it's just, I didn't make it a priority, you know? I mean, between work and acting, that was my life. That was all I had time for. And that's part of the reason I'm taking a step back, is so I can focus on my health, and then trying to find that balance between still being healthy and still being able to do what I love.
Yeah.
But I feel like unless I force myself to take a time out, I won't ever get to that balance. So that's what didn't work for me. But it was good because, well, I don't know why it was good. Because I feel...
Well, you got to
Gross,
focus on
but-
someone else, on something else.
Yes, that too, but...
Someone else. But yeah.
that... that time where I
We're
should have
sinking.
been dieting or running, I was acting, and, you know, that was great, but it's time to... Because I want to be healthy. I want to be hot.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
No.
I think, and it's not right. It's more about. It should be more about health and
Yeah, it
like
is.
looks.
Well, no.
I actually had a goal, a very minor goal, to gain weight, but not too much weight. But
Yeah.
just, I had lost so much weight the previous year because of my stomach issue. Not my stomach issues, my emotional health. like you could see the ribs here, and I don't like that. I don't like when you can see that with people. And like, I just did not look healthy. I look skinny, but I didn't look healthy, and I didn't look skinny. It was weird. Like good looking skinny. That wasn't, I just looked bad. So I just wanted something where I looked like myself, kind of.
Yeah.
I put a little too much weight, but
I don't think so, but
yeah, he said that I lost weight, and I'm like, nope, I gained. What didn't work for me was the toxic friendship. What good came out of it was it made me more secure in my personal compass, yeah. Kompas is in Romanian, so it's like less answering to others and depending on others' advice and opinion. And I think with this relationship, and I was depending on her because I thought, oh, you've kind of gone through something similar, so like what you say goes. And I'm like, no. First of all, we were very different people, very different circumstances, even if it was slightly the same. And that's like what made me like, wait. And then also getting advice that didn't match me. Like, and I am constantly in awe as like how you give advice and how you're there for me, because it's like so unique. Because it's not like real advice. It's like sort of like you say something that just, no matter who you're saying it to, just fits. But I don't know. It's perfect. So, yeah. Then relationship didn't work, but I survived, and I tackled my fear of abandonment, and actually didn't get abandoned, ironically. And maturity, I became more mature, and like the more, like I said, like I was able to love, and that to me made me more mature. I don't know. The opportunity to be myself more than ever, actually to be able to be back to back up my talk with action, because I was like a lot more myself, like how I would say that I was, just naturally. That doesn't really make sense. For example, I'll give a concrete example. Like after the breakup, I had moments when I'm like, I should go date. I don't even remember. It was just like, so it wasn't like, oh, I don't want to be alone or something. I don't remember, but I didn't give into that because that wasn't true to me, to what I wanted, and who I am. And so all those like types of opportunities, I like stayed true to myself. So I thought that was pretty cool. Job security, and I'm still not looking to date. Job security, forced to look for a better fit, and then regain my self-worth, because when someone tells me, hey, you're not good at this, it makes me question it. Like, wait, am I? Like, that doesn't sound true. I may not be good at, like, this part of it, but, like, what am I good at? So, I don't know. I feel like I have, like, not a bad brain. Like, just, I need to work with it a little better. Self-esteem and confidence didn't work for me either. This year was a very low self-esteem and confidence in not acting, in acting too, in filmmaking though, in my job, in my relationship. The relationship was like both like building and destroying self-confidence, but especially in the filmmaking part, I didn't realize it until the 4 points. Like, wait, I don't have confidence in myself. I'm relying on men, really. This was for the first time. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm relying on younger men with a little less experience. Different experience, I should say. Not less, but different experience. And and different goals. Like what I want to make, what the movies I want to make are so different, and my purpose for filmmaking is so different. So that like made me realize, like, take back my self-worth, stand my ground, and take up my own space, because I believe in myself more, in why I do things. And it also taught me humility, and that was like a theme I wanted, actually, career-wise, film-wise. I wanted to step back and not be the director and not be in charge, so I would be able to handle people. and you're like directing me and managing me, and that's very hard for me. So yeah. Did you travel anywhere memorable or anywhere?
Yeah. Honestly, though, the one I picked was Atlanta because I had never been there, and even though it was just a real
When
brief
did you
weekend,
go?
early, like last
Like
minute
just
November.
now?
Yeah, like for that workshop. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Which it wasn't really the best trip because it was like literally I went to the classes, drove home, like stopped in Kentucky to spend the night. Like I didn't actually get to see Atlanta, but it was like the furthest I had been away from Ohio. I mean, that was like a 10 and a half, 11-hour drive.
By driving.
Yeah.
Because
by
you've been
driving.
to Korea.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah. I've been to other countries. I forgot about that. But within the past year.
Okay, yeah.
Within the past year, probably just Atlanta.
Yeah, I've been in Atlanta when I was younger. We had family friends, and we were there for Easter a lot. And at least one year it coincided with this festival thing or whatever, Freaknik, I think it was called. And we freaked out. We didn't freak out. Our family friend, the wife, is very anxious. So she freaked out because like we're all Romanian, and back then we just came to this country, so we're learning all these things like racism, and like it's all new to us, and we are trying to understand and make sense of it, and where we kind of fit into all of it. I was like, I don't know, 10, 11 or whatever, so I knew even less. And then I didn't, like, I was like, I submerged myself so much in the culture anyways, so I didn't have that, like, I don't know. But, so it was Easter. We have candles in the car. When we drive from Easter, from the midnight vigil, I think you say it in English, home, you, like, keep at least one candle open, lit. You know, in the future it might be open.
It might. Yeah.
So it was funny because it's weird to me now in growing up here how people can interpret like bad neighborhoods or like bad situations because they don't know, because all of a sudden you have bad neighborhoods and people warn you about that. So I think as humans you're like, oh, that's scary. So we stopped at the stoplight, and there was a car with African Americans. Since it's YouTube, some people prefer black, some people prefer African Americans, but you know, I'll go with the safe choice, I guess. Because yeah, some people do prefer that. I'm not making that up. But yeah, so they asked what was going on, why we had the candles. And my stepfather, he was like trying to roll, or no, I think he wanted to roll down the window, and she was like, no. She freaked out. And we're like, why not? You know, we're trying to explain to these people what is happening, that we're coming from Easter and whatever.
Yeah.
And so instead, I think maybe a little worse, or I don't know, to us it was kind of more ironic. He made like the cross sign.
Yeah.
So for some reason, to us, this is so racist sounding, but again, we're Romanian. We're laughing because we thought like being in the South to the KKK or something, maybe they thought that was like related. I don't know.
Oh,
because that's another thing we don't know. I don't know about. So in our minds, that sort of overlaps. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for saying any of these words, but like, yeah. So, immigrant ignorance. No, like yeah. Yeah. So we laugh about that, but probably no one understands that, because as I'm saying it, being here, you know, all these years, like wait, that doesn't have anything to do with each other. I don't think. I mean, they have the right. They burn crosses, right?
Yeah, they burn crosses.
But everyone makes a sign of the cross. I mean,
yeah.
That's not their thing.
No, that's definitely not their thing.
Definitely not. But, so, yeah. It's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. I traveled to Mexico. I almost said Mexico. Because,
That's how you say it.
Yeah. And, it was nice. could not get into the water, into the ocean water, because there were many algae, many dead algae. So that was unfortunate. But the sand was white and not hot.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I mentioned it, because that never happens.
Yeah.
And I swam with dolphins, but not really. I got kissed by a dolphin, and I kissed a dolphin. Yeah.
That's definitely memorable.
Yeah. I'm actually not the most memorable. Losing my phone to the salt water. That was memorable.
Yeah.
That sucked. Yeah. I needed to get that video of the fish. Yep. What would you have liked to accomplish last year that you haven't?
I feel like I already said that, but losing weight for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Everything else I've tried to make peace with, because it doesn't matter, like,
Okay.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff I would have liked to accomplish, but it didn't happen. So,
Yeah. Other stuff happened.
yep, other stuff happened, and maybe it's not the right time. Like, that's the other thing that I had to learn too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to move to my own place, and obviously that did not happen.
No, but it might very soon.
Yeah, it better.
Mm-hmm.
And build my brand.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, the establishing that didn't happen, but the detour was, I think, definitely more fulfilling and helpful in that. So, this year.
Yeah.
And then exercise did not happen. Not losing weight, but like being strong, being able to open doors without pain. When I open doors, like at the mall, for example, I feel it like all the way from my, like, everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. I have no muscles. Yeah. And eat less sugar.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that darn sugar.
We tried, what was that diet?
That I tried?
Yeah.
Keto. No
Yes,
carbs, no sugar.
I've tried that before last year. Yeah. Tried.
Yeah.
Failed.
I mean, I liked it, but I just...
It's ambitious.
It's a ton of work. It's a ton of preparing, and it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Like, now I just try not to eat as many carbs. I'm not super duper strict, 'cause I just had crackers, but,
Yeah. And I think that's, like, the good way to go about it. Like, moderation.
Cut out what you can, but don't, like, be obsessive about it.
Yeah.
But,
okay. Best thing you gained this year?
Kevin, for sure.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would have said that for you too, because I'm very happy for you with that, because I've been there like the whole year. It feels like, you've had your own roller coaster. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
It's been ups and downs and sideways, but good.
Yeah. I gained friendship and falling in love with myself. Mm-hmm. I wrote this a while back, like 2 weeks ago. Ooh. So I'm not quite as in love with myself right now at the moment. Aww. But, it might come back.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
It better.
Yeah. Best thing you lost?
This one was kind of hard. Best thing you lost, because I ended up kind of going with my grandpa, because he passed away in January. So this is the first holiday season.
How is that the best thing you lost?
It's because he was the best thing,
like
that I actually lost.
Okay.
Like I was, maybe I misinterpreted the question. It was like, I was just like,
you lost it, and it's a good thing you lost it. Is what I meant.
Well, so definitely not your grandpa. Change that. No wonder, because I was like, well, this is kind of depressing. Okay, best thing I lost.
Yeah.
Probably. Now I have to rethink for just a second. Okay. Probably. I mean, I still have mediocre self-esteem, but losing the lowness is definitely good. Like, it's a lot more even keel and reasonable. So losing that, like, super extreme, I guess, was good. Okay. Still rears its head from time to time, but it feels like I can manage it now.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm still shook by how bad I misinterpreted that question. Anyway.
No, why would I ask such a morbid question?
I mean, I don't know. I stared at it for a long time.
The thing you lost, like, that just hurts the most.
The best thing.
Oh my gosh. I lost pride. Well,
Ooh.
they're two things and they're a work in progress.
Okay.
Pride and conditional love. So pride, I mentioned with the humility, with the self-esteem and people and being under people leading me or whatever. Yeah, that. And then also like saying stuff to people with as little censor as possible, which sounds crazy of me because I've always been kind of more censorless, but not really. We all have our censors.
Oh.
We all have our censors. I still censor stuff, yeah. But and then in this case, in the relationship case, is more like I'm censoring because I don't want to be left. And I fight it constantly. And I am more open and honest anyway, so it's not that bad, but it's still, you still kind of censor yourself when you have that fear of being abandoned. Yeah, so, or not even but like hurting someone too, or just like, is it the right time to say this, or is it like, will this change, or so,
or like, what will this open up? Like, if I bring this up, how deep is it going to go? How bad is it going to get?
Is it worth it?
It? Do I want to know the end? Like,
But trying to not have those ideas and just be open, and that is a work in progress, but I kind of lost some of that. And conditional love, I mean, I feel like I've been more unconditional loving in general as a person, but
yes, you have.
But I do think that this year has definitely challenged me on that, because my pride definitely, like, I hate pride, and I hate pride when it enters relationships, but it was challenged for sure, especially in the last couple months. So last month, I struggled a lot. Like, my head was constantly like, unconditional love, but then like, but I'm hurt. But unconditional love, but I'm hurt. How can I love someone that hurt me, basically, which like happens, I think, a lot. So yeah, it's a work in progress though.
Yeah.
Valuable life lesson you learned last year. Oh my gosh, we still haven't gone to 2019. We have to like
yeah. Well, I feel like I keep repeating myself, but the most valuable lesson was like kind of diving deeper into the belief of something bigger. But to add on to that, I will say, I think one of the biggest valuable lessons was like, I feel like past year in particular, I've gotten to meet a lot of people from different walks of life with different experiences, different personality types, and kind of like trying to be open and respectful and like deal with some of those people, because some of them really got on my nerves, and I feel like a giant hypocrite saying that, but seriously, like, it's like,
no, people push your buttons.
Yeah, and still trying to be the person that I want to be kind, to be. Yeah, but it's a hard line to walk too, because it's like, I do want to be kind, but I also don't want to be fake. Like, I don't want to be seen as somebody who just says things to say things. So trying to find that balance has been hard, but I think it's a good lesson to learn.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a lesson I'm trying to learn sometime. I learned that I have a strong sixth sense. Maybe. It's hard to tell, but there are moments, especially this year, where I'm like, something doesn't feel right, and then it really isn't right, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
You knew it.
Yeah. And then obvious answer isn't always the best answer. That's a life lesson. Like, and that's kind of with what we were just talking about like a little bit ago, of just because you can say it, should you say it type of thing. Or like, you know, with the pride, like, just because someone hurt you, the obvious answer would be either to hurt them back. Some people would do that, or run away, which would be my choice. But neither of those are necessarily the best answer. So stuff like that. You know.
Yeah.
What memory would you relive from this past year?
I feel like I'm being so cheesy, but honestly, the one memory I would want to relive is the night that Kevin and I talked for the first time. Because it's funny because that Friday was literally my last day of therapy. Like that Friday morning was my last day. And then that Saturday was my coworker's farewell thing, and that's when I sat next to him and I was texting you.
Yeah, you finally found his name.
That, and I was like, sitting next to the cute guy, I don't know what to say.
Yep.
But
and then he disappeared.
And then I disappeared. I was offline for a couple hours.
Yeah.
But and I feel like I'm blushing. But just like just the talking and the instant connection and how much we had in common, how deep it went so quickly as far as conversation goes, and just to see that relationship grow has been good.
Oh, yeah.
It's totally not awkward or anything.
But I mean, my favorite memories are like the same thing. It is that you handled that so well though, because I'm like, he's right here, and you're talking like he's not. It's awesome. But yeah, like those are like the best moments. Yeah, when I just the connection. I don't know. I always say this, like the connecting with people, like the real connecting. Those nothing like surpasses that.
That real, actual human connection.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what we had the first time we talked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a friendship way, obviously, but still, like that.
But it was
connection.
It was like, yeah. And you can't fake it. Darn it, you can't control it. You cannot make that happen.
You
when
can't
you want
force
to.
it.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. For me, I have just dates. I have March 24th.
And locations. That's
in
awesome.
Lakewood.
Okay.
That was a special day. That was a really nice talk. It was unexpected, kind of. Anyways, November 9th and 10th. 10th more? Yeah, the 10th in the morning. Not the 10th at night, though. And one person you might know, too, or your leader. And then July 13th, on the way to the 48 project, I'll kind of detail this one. The 48-hour summer film project. It was the first time I let go of fear of something ending or whatever. Like, ironically, that was when we broke up. But that Friday was literally me saying, like, why am I so, like, Irina, just let go. Like, we'll be fine. And in a way, we have been because we're still talking and stuff. So, but that was, like, it felt so good to let go of that constant fear you don't really even notice is there because it's always there. Of like, oh, what if this, any moment it can, fall apart. And it was like a pretty fragile moment that week anyways. So yeah, but that moment, I don't know. And then I put here like, yeah, no.
No.
I put when we played Heads Up. The three of us.
Oh yeah,
that was like fun. Kind of cool. Yeah, it was. We got in trouble because we were loud.
I know. I felt so bad. I felt like a little kid again.
I need to move out.
Shoot.
Yeah. And then April 13th. This is really, really. I think out of all of them, this is the one I want to. This is when we went to Mario's play.
Okay, I was gonna say that's when we went to see a play. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you remember? Yeah, I wouldn't have. I looked in my phone for like pictures. What date was that? Yeah, Kent Water Tower. Yeah. That was like just magical to me. It was so weird. Yeah, with the guy. But that was like, it's just like, it was because it was another moment of like letting go of the fear and just being in the present and just letting myself be loved too. Yeah, I think that's the thing. And then the first time on stage performing my play, I would relive that.
Heck
that was
yeah.
awesome. Like that realization, like, I get to be a kid in front of people.
I get to play.
Yeah.
And everybody's watching.
Yeah. And I like plays because you can do it differently every time. It's so cool. Like, I'm going to do this right now.
Yep.
No one can tell you no because it's live.
Yeah, they
You
can be
can't
like,
stop you.
hey!
Yeah. If you need to change one thing, what would it be?
Oh, about this year? If you need to change one thing, what would it be?
Anything.
Anything. Change anything. I still need to focus on being less anxious. Like, it's still there. And more patient, because sometimes I get impatient.
I think they go
hand
together.
in hand.
Mm-hmm.
The more anxious I am, the more impatient I am. Yeah.
Because your body is like, I need relief from this.
Yes, I need to stop, and this, like, tiny little minor thing is getting on my last nerve, so I'm going to snap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think I've been better about that in my personal life. Honestly, it's more work-related.
Oh,
which is bad.
I don't know if that will work.
Yeah.
ever.
Well, because it's like, I get like what's the right word? Like, it doesn't match the intensity. I overreact. Like, my reactions to basic annoying things are a little bit too much, you know?
Okay.
So I need to work on that. But I am getting better.
I don't know. The reason I say I'm cautious about that is because I think some people are a little underreactive, especially at work.
That's true.
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, like, even today I got super annoyed. Like, I sat there and was swearing at my computer because this one girl who, like, is always rude. She works within the company.
This is recorded.
Okay. Well, this one person who works in the company, like, emailed our team demanding stuff with, like, not even a hello, like, just straight into it. And I'm just like, that's basic business writing.
Yeah.
That's common courtesy. You know what I mean? Like,
That,
hello,
I don't think
good
that's
day,
overreacting.
hi.
Yeah.
You know, nobody else would pay attention to that, but I was just like,
Courtesy.
you know, and that's excessive.
No, I think people do pay attention to that.
Yeah, I paid attention to it.
It's ironic because I get annoyed by my one coworker supervisor because she's overly fancy, and that drives me crazy. And I tell her, I'm like, first of all, yeah, we'll get to the point because I it's hard for me to read. But anyways, it's also like insulting at some point, and so I'm like, first, like, I'm under you technically, so like, what, you don't need to be fancy with me, and I'm asking you to not be fancy with me, to just straight to the point, and just like, I mean, because why? Like, you know, like, it just seems, that drives me crazy. So, you know, two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, like I said,
two extremes.
Yeah, I know I need to tone it down, but I'm getting better about it.
Yeah.
But it's still something I want to work on.
Yeah, that's, I'm thinking now, I need to work on, taking things personally, I guess. I am not a manageable person. I grew up, my family knows this, and they've told me, my stepfather said that I should go to the army to learn to respect authority or something. I'm like, okay. Obviously I did not go into the army, and I would have probably failed miserably because that is just not me. I like, that's the last, I just cannot stand authority. Like, it be in the sense of, like, if you, like, who are you? kind of thing, you know?
I can just see it. Like, if a drill sergeant were yelling at you, just the look you would give them, you would just be like...
I would cry. No, I would cry. But
okay, you would cry, but you would
I
also
would be
like...
so furious after. Oh my gosh, you would not hear the end of it. Like, who do they think they are?
Telling me what to do.
Yeah. Yeah, and because it's also, like, the larger authority of it, too.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Like, why do you think you know better?
Exactly.
I had be only 100% vulnerable, no protection.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow. That is hard.
It is. Favorite inside joke? Do you have one? I don't have one.
Well, I have one, but it's definitely not from this year.
No.
Is
okay.
that?
Well, no.
No,
this year.
count then. Yeah. Okay, then no.
What was your official color of last year? Did you?
I put navy blue.
Okay.
What about you?
Well, what ended up being my color was black, which is something that people who know me know it's like so not me. But I wanted green.
Okay.
But it did not happen.
Wow.
Did you put any habits, and did they change?
Not really.
Yeah, that was too much work for me.
I mean, because I've always been a fairly tidy person, but of course I feel like there's always more I could do. Like, even writing, I journal somewhat regularly, but I feel like I could do it every day. But no.
Okay. I think this will be a 2-part because we're
Okay.
ending 2018.
I was going to say,
literally
we will
too.
have to end it.
So
take a
we'll
break
do
and have yours.
2019. Yeah.
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 We have a couple more, right?
Yeah. Hair trend. I didn't have any have any habits.
No. This.
You cut it.
I did cut it way
mean,
shorter. It's getting long.
Your trend is
Short hair.
this.
Yeah. I thought about doing something crazy next year, but
Okay.
we'll save that
okay.
for 2019.
Yeah. I had bun, and then when I took it down from the like untied bun, then it would naturally like be wavy. Not like this. This I actually used a hand curler.
Oh,
Hand
I thought it was your
curler,
natural waves.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, my hair is like very like how you put it stays almost,
Oh,
but not
nice.
too long, but just like initially
So it'll hold style
a little
for a
bit.
little bit.
Yeah, like an hour.
And then it's done.
Yeah. Makeup trend.
Girl, I don't wear makeup. Sorry.
Well, that is one.
That's my trend. The all
And that's
natural
mine too.
look. Seriously?
I didn't really wear makeup this year.
I mean,
I
but
didn't
your eye
really.
makeup looks great
right
today.
now.
Yeah.
This is like for 19.
Oh, yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, because
Maybe
I
should throw
didn't.
some on.
Like I did a little bit, but
Mhm.
not really.
A little bit for like special occasions.
Yeah.
Like when you got all dressed
But I
up
used to
and
do
stuff.
a lot more. Like
Really?
I always used to do my eyes somehow. But yeah.
Yeah.
Style trend.
Fashion is not my thing. I feel like a plain Jane as far as style goes. Like solid colors are great, but
Well, but that is a style.
okay, so plain Jane is my style and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and that was kind of mine too. Mine was
Seriously?
black and comfy.
Oh hey.
Yep. Oh my god. That sounds something else. That sounds like something else.
Oh,
now that I
whoops.
say it, when I wrote it, that sounds like that. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. How did my life evolve? It turns into mine, but yeah.
Right. I actually wrote down felt more comfortable with myself personality wise. Like maybe not
Oh, yeah, you
necessarily.
said,
yeah. And
Sorry,
I know I've
like
said
some
it,
of these are like overlapping.
repeats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next year we'll do better.
like,
At questions.
But-
yeah.
yeah, but like just not necessarily with how I look physically, but I just feel more comfortable with myself personality
Which
wise.
is
Like
so much bigger. Yeah.
yeah, like before I was always so obsessed with how awkward I was and like
I
not
remember
good in
that.
social settings, and now I'm just like fuck, screw it. I'm me.
Yeah.
This is what you get. You
Yeah.
know, I'm decent. Like,
Yes, you're more than decent.
you know, like it.
Yeah.
And at this point, I mean, I'm stuck in this body for this life, so I might as well, with this personality, like, might as well just
Yeah.
live it fully.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
here for, you
Yeah.
add value with who you are, no matter who you are. Yeah. Not that. That sounded now like that wasn't meant to be
No,
insulting.
it didn't come across like that.
Um,
How did your life evolve?
more grown up.
Yeah.
I feel like an adult finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The end. Who made a difference in my life and why? In your life. Who made a difference? Well, let's try this. Who made a
Okay.
difference in my life? And
In your life,
My life.
I'm gonna guess Pine Tree, and
I like how you remember his nickname. Yeah. I was cheating.
I was gonna say myself, but I didn't want to be presumptuous.
Yeah.
But look, you're on mine too.
Aww.
Serena and Kevin.
Aww. I like how you're using his name. I'm like,
Oh yeah, well sorry. I hope he doesn't mind. He's not listening.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah, you as my rock and my solid ground. That sounds so, like, sentimental. As the time is running out of 2018.
We still got a little time. We got like 20
little
minutes.
bit, yeah. You showed me unconditional love. Like, I told you, you freaking send me, like, flowers for my interview.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, what? Like, this is how life should be always. Yeah, you showed me unconditional love and kindness and compassion and understanding and also realness. And this is related to your advice. Like, you are kind and compassionate and loving, not tough love, but you're also real too.
Mm-hmm.
You just have magic.
Man, and see, I feel bad because like I feel like sometimes I fail at being like a good support to you. You know what I mean? Because like I just
You're crazy.
oh my gosh, I don't know.
Not even the least. Like, no. Yeah. No. That just like boggles my mind. I'm sorry. My mind is just like
it's
blowing up in
fine.
my head. Like,
Well, 'cause
does not compute. Does not compute.
I don't know. I mean, because you're such a good friend to me, I feel like I'm not as good.
I feel like
back.
a crappy friend to you.
Oh my gosh! Stop it.
Let's do this for half an hour.
Okay.
I do feel like a bad friend to you. Because I feel like it's always about me. It's always like my problems. I talk. I also have the same problems all the time. It's not, you know.
But it's not always like that. And
I feel it is.
You're going through a lot. Like, I
but you're being like so... See?
But I feel like sometimes you'll try to ask me what's going on with my life, and I'll be like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
I feel like I don't give back as much as you give to me.
Annette.
Yeah.
Please,
you're like,
talk.
nope, stop.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
I'm going to time you. You have minutes left.
I'm going to drag you out of this.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I don't do that often enough sometimes, but not enough.
You do, it's fine.
Okay, well, I guess complimenting. Yeah. One talks, one listens.
Balance.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I had Pine Tree because he showed me the truest love inside myself, like how I felt, and then the most painful pain.
That's so poetic.
Yeah, I don't know who wrote this. Showed me I'm also resilient even in the most hopeless moments, and I actually just sent this to him too today. That like he really showed me that like just when I think like there's no more energy and I want to give up everything. Not my life. But you know, like metaphorical everything, yeah. And him and everything, like just like how resilient the heart is. It's crazy. And then taught me diplomacy, work in progress, and helped me discover and explore my sweetness. Oh, that's so cute. I don't like that. And then my vocal coach. This is like, thank you. It's like the Oscar, you know, end of the year. Thank you to my vocal coach for giving me or like making like adding strength and confidence and nurturing, anti-anxiety, positivity, personal lessons. Like she always has some lessons, like life lessons is what I meant. Like how do I want to present myself today? Like waking up and thinking of that. Like I can present myself as this person, as like the angry person, as the loving person. And like that's a choice we make, and that was something I need to think about every day. I don't ever do it, but
that's huge.
Yeah. What are you most grateful for in 2018? 3 more questions.
Life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to keep saying the same things over and over again.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, I have surviving without much compromise, living, and also like being myself. Yeah. Well, at it, you know, sort of, but changing too. Yeah.
Yes. Growing. We
always
and
change. Yeah.
Yes.
We always change. Top 3 pure joy moments of 2018.
Okay. Well, this is a kind of a cheaty one, but number 1 were the weddings I got to go to on my family's side. Like, there's something just so special about, like, seeing all of my family come back together again, like, all the cousins and stuff. Seeing 2 people who, you know, are going to make it, like, celebrate their love. Like, there's just something about that.
I was going to be a Debbie Downer and say, you don't really know.
Well, yeah, there's a couple that you're like...
always... Yeah. And not even, like, compatibility, but life can happen,
Oh,
too.
yeah, life happens.
Getting morbid here. Okay,
yeah,
yes.
Okay.
But they will survive. Yes.
Joyful. So that was one. The second one was the 21 Pilots concert I got to go to in October, because they are my absolute favorite band. And they played one of my absolute favorite songs from one of their first albums. And, oh my gosh, I just about cried. Just, like, to hear it live, like, and knowing how I feel about it was just, it was so incredible. Definitely, like, up there. And then, okay, and this one is kind of, like, secular or, like, worldly, but I got, like, a surprise Army payment right before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I didn't know what it was for. And when I saw it, I was like, not touching it because I don't know what this is. I emailed my boss. I was like, hey, what is this? Because if they're going to take it, they need to take it. It was actually money that they owed me. And it definitely
they
came
owe you
at,
a
like,
lot more.
Oh, yeah, they do. But it came at, like, the perfect time. Because, like, as far as finances go, I was finally, like, getting back from all the delays in the fall and everything. And that just, like, really helped solve a couple of
They
problems.
came through in the end.
Yeah. So just that joy too of like,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
like look, life worked right here in this one little moment. Like, yeah.
Yeah, those are awesome moments.
Yeah, I should have had a lovey-dovey one, but I didn't want to keep talking about it. So,
I mean, yeah, and life is like more than more things, more layers.
Yes.
Yeah.
What about yours?
I have more than 3. The first time on stage performing, that was definitely number 1, or like one of the 3. The Kent Water Tower again from 13.
Yeah.
And then the editing, the 48-hour horror film project. Gosh, that's hard to... Because I was there and I was with Pine Tree, and it was a pure joy moment because it wasn't romantic. It wasn't a turnoff, because if it's not romantic, for me it's usually a turnoff. But it wasn't. It was just like a very there's a word, not static, but like stable, and just like stasis, homeostasis. I don't think that's. But what does that mean?
Similar. It's like nothing's changing, nothing's interfering.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And I felt like in high school, but in a good way. Like, it felt like we're just, like, very, like, he's him and I'm me, and we're not any labels with each other. And that was, like, awesome. And we also, like, worked really well together, and we're, like, so, like, oh, do this, let's do this. And, like, we're laughing when I didn't listen. And... And then the other way. But yeah, conquer any fear in 2008? Last question.
Maybe not necessarily completely conquered, but I've definitely hammered down my fear of inadequacy. That's always been one of the biggest things that I've struggled with, is like not being enough for anything, and just learning that I am. Screw that.
You're more than enough. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I conquered my firework fear.
Heck yes, you did twice.
Twice.
0 to 2 in 1 year. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. And it wouldn't have been possible without him. But that's like the mushy side. But either way, fireworks. And then also my fear of being manipulated and abandoned. And my fear of commitment, which they all somehow seem, against each other, but somehow they're all in one person. Like... I'm afraid of commitment, but I'm also afraid of being abandoned. But yeah. I managed to get through all of those and survived. And then, discover, like, commitment, like, when it's the right person or you're in the right space, or whatever, the stars align. Pun intended, but not really. I didn't actually intend that pun. Commitment is not that scary. Like, if you're afraid of commitment, there might be something, like, there.
A little deeper?
Yeah.
Or,
it's not just, like... with the person or with the situation, or, like, there's something unresolved in your life or something. It's not that you don't, I don't know. Anyways.
Like you said, with that sixth sense.
Kind of, not really.
No?
Yeah, it's separate.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay.
Never mind.
Because I didn't have, I lost my fear of commitment this year.
Oh, okay.
Despite, being broken up. Anyways, that ends 2018. And we 15 minutes left. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
So I will be back with 2019. I mean, this would be just, the same thing for viewers, but yeah. Or listeners, whatever.
Maybe.
I hate when my eyeliner does. Since we're here. Okay. Bye. Have a wonderful... Wait. Yeah. You don't... Bye, 2018. I don't know. Yeah.
Peace out.
Alrighty. Cool.
Do you still have the audio going on your phone?
Yep. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. I'm recording with my iPad. It's so bad. And we're watching it. Yeah, look at this.
Oh my.
I guess the shot. Bye, 2018. Woo! Do you have a countdown? Do you count down? Or have you
Yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep. It does. It's starting to feel a little different.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to record audio on your phone or no?
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks.
Dang it, we missed that. Wow. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah. Where
Again?
I can't. What are you doing? I don't think that does anything.
Might.
Yay. Alrighty. So, 2019. We are officially in 2019, and we're about to talk about 2019. Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's hope for less talk.
A little bit quicker talk.
Yeah. I thought I was like going as fast as I could too.
I mean, I did too. It's fine.
If you had to choose one word to represent this upcoming year, what would it be?
Power.
Ooh. Sorry.
Power.
Yeah.
I want to be like stronger and more powerful this year.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. How about
That's
you?
awesome. Nurture, right? Not the same. Yeah.
Nurture. That's good.
Nurture myself, nurture my friendships, nurture relationships in general, nurture people. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. I like
nurture.
it.
Your 2019 theme.
Take charge and be fearless. Kind of going with that
Right. Yeah.
power, strength theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you. That's so exciting. That's so like
It's
because
so
it's so different than the last. Yeah.
Which is why I want to do it. Like when I was
Yeah.
looking at these questions, I was like,
I like it.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
about
love
yours?
it. I'm so sorry. I'm like so excited for you. I just
Thank
pulled my
you.
own hair.
You just pulled your own hair out.
Develop love. Love for
Ooh.
myself, unconditional love for myself, fall in love with myself, love for others.
Mhm.
Again, unconditional love, nourishing love, positive love, because that was a criticism I received as feedback is not so positive. I wasn't as positive. You know, arguments can be made, but still I kind of understand where I was and where I want to be is not as nourishing and positive and and live a life I love and give myself love, which I said that too. But like give love to myself from within and also be open to receiving it from others.
I like it.
So like love.
Lots
Nurture.
of love.
We are
And
kind of
nurture.
like so different in our
I know.
names, but yeah, I'm excited about yours, but I'm just
thank
not
you.
there yet for me.
No. But I'm
Yeah.
excited for yours because you can do it.
Yeah, we'll see. What word would you choose to represent your goals for this upcoming year?
I just saw it strong. I think there's a lot of strength in what I'm trying to accomplish.
Oh, cool. And of course, I have nourishing.
That's a good one. It's so
Yeah.
important too.
Yeah. But I don't think I thought this one out that much. Because I don't really know. Did we talk about our goals? Because I don't know.
Not
what
yet,
goals.
but I think they're.
Okay. Well, hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll see.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
How old will you turn this year, if you want to say?
I don't care. Age is just a number. I'll be 29.
That's cool.
How about you?
I was
Do you
going to
wanna
say that's
say
so
or no?
weird because, like, I think, like, we're so. This sounds so strange, but we're so good friends that I think you're my age. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you think I feel like your age? I don't know.
Well, I don't want to say that and have you think that I think you're younger than, you know what I mean, or
Well,
like
no.
less mature. But no, I
No.
feel like we're the same age.
Yeah,
a
like
lot of
it's
times.
just
Yeah.
like because we relate, so it's like
Mhm.
we get along. It's like of course we're like the same.
Yeah.
And,
But no, there's just a
well,
couple.
age is just a number.
Yeah.
So yeah, 34. Yes, I almost said 33. It's I never know anymore.
Right?
I don't know.
It's just all blends together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any travel plans?
A secret.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Yeah.
I have Romania.
Ooh.
I miss my family over there, so
When's
I
the
don't
last
have
time
any
you were there?
any plans exactly right now. 2014.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Time
Yeah.
to go back.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to go back now. It have been so perfect because I knew I was going to get a week off from work or 2 weeks. And my sister's birthday is pretty much the same, not the same exact day, but the same as mine, and so it would have been like perfect. And like with everything that's going on in my life, but it didn't happen. But yeah, next year.
Next year.
So if you could
sure.
travel anywhere, where would you go?
Oh my gosh, I'd love to go to Europe, Greece in particular.
Yeah, Greece, popular. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty.
Okay.
I've been like vaguely when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
It was what I remember beautiful.
Yeah.
Not the country, but like the sea. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The country is very dusty.
And the history and just like
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I just had
Whoa.
Romania. If you could change any bad habit, what would it be?
Junk food cravings, like just that.
Any
like
particular
anytime-
one?
Sweets for sure.
Okay.
And I know that if I would just like cut them out cold turkey for long enough, I would stop craving them. It's just a matter of actually cutting them out long enough.
Even
to
like
stop
within
the
a week,
craving.
you'll stop craving.
Really?
Yeah. If you, for me at least, when I ease off of it, it doesn't work.
Cold turkey.
Cold turkey works. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
It's like it takes maybe 2 days
Mm-hmm.
or a week.
Get out
let's
of your
say.
system.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Being physically immobilized or worn down by anything like emotional or mental, and instead showing my resilience.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Remember, we were in Jim's class for acting, and I remember him saying, "Arena, you're not a victim, and you're like kind of playing one. Not like playing one, but like you don't like you're strong,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like a fighter." And I'm like, yeah.
Kind of.
So owning that, I guess, in a way, not trying, but that's like it's
You're
so
like a
complicated.
warrior.
I am, but it's complicated. It's so complicated. Like when I think, like it's complicated. I don't know.
Maybe
I don't-
Maybe
I
I'm
don't-
just making it complicated.
But like it's so against like the nurturing and nourishing.
You can still be strong and true to yourself and be nurturing and kind and nourishing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's something that it's a bad habit that could change.
Yep.
Name a trend you'd like to see continue from last year into this upcoming year.
You know, I feel like this past year there's been more of a societal push towards like acceptance of people who are different than you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh.
I just saw something change.
Oh, okay.
We're good.
At least I think it has, because that's the other thing.
Mm.
Like, I don't know how much has actually changed, or just like based off of what I see on Facebook and Instagram and everything. But I would love to see that continue. More of an acceptance of like, there are people with different paths than us. There are people who experience life in a completely different way, and to just love them and accept them for who they are. That is something that I really hope we keep going with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I took it more personal.
Yeah.
But this could apply to people in general. More mindful social media usage.
Ah, yes.
Instead of sharing every detail haphazardly, or just like everything. Yeah, just like be more mindful of. Like I don't know. Maybe it's like the grown up in me all of a sudden. It's just like social media. Like just yeah.
It can
There's
be
too much
great.
clutter out there.
It can be great, but it can be awful. Like if you share if you share the wrong little thing about yourself, it can get used against you. You know, like
Can get used against you, and so many times it's not understood because not necessarily that people are dumb or not trying hard enough, but they're not you. So
sometimes.
I had this experience at work. Because when you do something all the time, you're used to it, and someone new comes in, and you don't realize how much is it like intrinsic knowledge or something like that you have, and they don't have that. So you're like, but this is so simple, but to them it's not because they don't know.
Yeah, because
So it's like that. Yeah. What are the official colors of this year? Show us something you own with these colors.
Well, I don't have something I own with this color, but,
That's okay. I
but
don't
for
have-
me, it's like a fiery red. That's what I think of.
Works
Yeah.
with your thing. Yeah. All right.
But I was looking around, I'm like, I don't have anything red. except for the Christmas tree
Yeah.
skirt. But
Yeah.
yeah, and a blanket
And
and a
the
dryer, but it's in
roses.
the dryer. Oh yeah, the roses.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. No, yeah. Well, yeah. Red.
yeah.
I have.
What's yours?
I put yellow just because. Oh my gosh. Okay, we need to scoot back in.
Oh,
again.
okay. Whoops. Sorry.
I put yellow because I've been trying to add more yellow into my clothing,
Mm-hmm.
and because I think it's such a nice color. It can be a nice color, but also because I bought a sweater last year. I bought a green sweater. This year I bought a yellow sweater, but I just don't feel that connection to it. I actually got this eyeshadow palette, Ultraviolet. Gosh, Bobbi Brown. And I put it on, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this. So I put lavender, maybe peach, because I also bought a peach scarf. Yeah, maybe those two colors. But lavender. I also saw this awesome lavender sweater. I don't know sweaters. All depends on the sweater, but it was so pretty, and it's like such a nice color. It's not purple, It's like
It's soft.
yeah. And I guess it works with nourishing.
Yeah, there you go.
What change would you like to see made to your home?
More organized.
Okay.
I mean, honestly,
it is organized, but okay.
well, I mean, you kind of touched on this, but like, because I know the layout of this place, I know that desk over there, the drawers are an absolute nightmare. I know that the closet could be organized. Like, it looks okay, but I know there's a lot of work that could be done. But I also know I need to let go of some of that perfectionism and fixing everything. But,
yeah. And this person, she has a way to declutter, but also like organize and taking it. Yeah, I'll send you the link. I have to get my own home. That's the change I like to see.
Yes, move out.
What is your New Year resolution?
Lose weight.
Be healthy.
Be healthy. Better time management.
You're pretty good with
and-
time.
Well, I spread myself too thin. I don't say no to things that I should. But also like I said, learning to say no and journaling more, because it's something I do sometimes. But it's so much better for me mentally to do it regularly.
Consistently,
Yes.
Yeah.
So I need to get on track with that.
Okay. I have spent more of my resources on developing deeper friendships and deeper roots in my choices. Less going with the wind without compromising flexibility. So, because I'm very
Nice.
flexible, and I'm like, oh, now the wind's changed this way. Now it's that way, and I like that. I don't want to lose that entirely, but I want to figure out. I want to create a little bit more stability, because I need that stability from someone else. And a lot of this year for me is like, what do I want to receive from a partner, basically, and friends and like people around me at work too. I need to give that to myself first. So yeah, the stability in like my values, you could say, or whatever. I'm pretty stable in values, but yeah, choices and hair trend.
I've never dyed my hair,
Okay,
so I
you
kind
might
of
do
want to
that.
try it. Yeah,
Do you know the color?
either red or black or blue. So no,
Not black.
not black.
Not black.
I was thinking like a deep burgundy. Okay. But I don't
Yeah.
know. And I've thought about going like shorter or even more like punky, but I don't know if I can pull that off.
Okay, well,
'Cause this
you
is-
can try.
This is the longest
grows.
it's been in a while. Yeah.
How often do you cut your hair?
It used to be like every month.
Yeah, so
think
you
I've
can
cut it in
do
a
whatever
while.
because it'll grow
Just
right
cut
back.
it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
and shaving my head. I've
yeah.
always wanted to do
I
that.
always wanted to do that too. I'm not
Yeah.
ready for that right now. No.
Do it this year.
Not right now. It's so weird because with breakups, I always cut my hair. It's so like stereotypical, but I
Cliche.
always cut my hair, like, but very short, never shave. Maybe because it doesn't feel like that ending that it usually feels.
Mm-hmm.
But I just but also I've changed, and I'm like, I don't need to cut my, like, why do I need to cut my hair for a guy breaking up with me? Or, you know, before they weren't even breaking up because we weren't even having a relationship. But I'm like, yeah, no, I don't want to cut my hair. So I don't think this year I'll shave my head.
No.
Maybe
Maybe
next
I
year.
will. But I do want to try something a little bolder.
Yeah. Now
We'll
that
see.
is bold.
Mm-hmm.
That is bold.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, New Year's resolution.
Wait. What about
No,
your hair trend? Yeah.
Sorry, I'm like,
Mhm.
to not have frizzy, moppy, limp hair.
You don't.
Yes, I do. First of all, like, this is frizzy. Like, you can see, it's like frizzy. And then the moppy and limp. My hair is naturally kind of wavy, and being long, it drags it down, so it's not wavy anymore. It's just like a mop. If I brush it, it's a mop, and if I don't, then it's just sticking together to my face, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Huh.
Try to like learn products and stuff. I never use products. Yeah, and I have like Romanians don't have the best hair. I envy like Germans have good hair, like that thick, soft hair. Yeah. Anyways, what was the other one? Where was it? Oh, makeup trend.
No.
No.
I'm gonna stick with
Still
the
no
all
makeup.
natural. Yeah.
I put more skincare and ultraviolet, but like the blush too. And I don't think, this is a horrible camera, but like I put some over here because I got Rihanna's blush stick in, I don't know, ice something. I don't know, but it was basically I bought it and then I returned it because it's hard to use. Like, you take off basically all your makeup by putting this on. It doesn't make sense to me. I like powder or something that you easily put on and not take the second layer off. But so I just put my eyeshadow. It's the same effect. But I need to, my skin needs to be better. Style trend.
I'm gonna stick with what I got.
Okay.
Maybe get something a little bolder, but I'm comfortable where I am.
I mean, your theme and stuff. Your theme and stuff is strong and power and
maybe
fiery red.
Wardrobe.
You don't have to like go all the way out,
but like a couple of things.
And as they come up, make bolder choices.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I want this plain. Nope, I'm gonna take this bold color.
I'm gonna get this bright patterned thing I would never normally wear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to go back to my bright and colorful style. I used to, and black is not my thing, but it was so convenient. And then also detailed. That sounds weird, but like, I envy people, girls, mostly girls, that like have like earrings and rings and they always match and everything, and like belts. I'd never wear a belt even if I have to. Because you don't really have to, like,
no, if your pants fit,
right? So but just be more coordinated. I think detailed is not the right coordinated
or accessories.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
What do you want to accomplish in 2019?
I want to accomplish balance and to let go of like trying to control everything. Like trying to not be so nitpicky about stuff, but find that balance between pursuing acting, being healthy, working, relationships, balancing all of that a little bit better.
Okay. Cool. Balance.
Yeah.
I want to have my own, like, focus again on like my own self-care routine that I don't like, that I do always consistently, not always consistently. Have my own home, start my brand or create like the foundation for that. Be myself. I want to accomplish being myself. Release an original song.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see how my voice develops, but either way, I mean, if my voice sucks, there's so many songs. You don't have to buy it. So like I can still release it. And create a strong foundation to start my family based in love, not pressure, not standards. Because people mistake I don't want to, have the white picket fence life with I don't want family. That's not not the same thing.
Mutually exclusive.
No. I want that like family. I'm like so into, which is I think why like I think we were like both, but maybe for the wrong reasons. But why I kind of was excited about a Cancer, because I'm like I want to like build my home. There's a name for it though. Not nurturing, like you make your home like birds do,
like
nesting.
Okay.
Yes, I am totally in the nesting mode, and Cancers are nesters. Hence, like if he was honest, he's nesting right now. So for New Year's, so yeah, in my head, I'm like, oh, that works perfect. Life is different, but yeah, I'm definitely like nesting.
Yes.
How do you want to feel in 2019?
I want to feel confident.
Cool.
How do you want to feel?
Healthy and strong.
Hey!
Yeah.
There we go.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was like a little more physical. But
yeah.
Confidence, like, yeah. That works too. Cool.
Let's do it.
We're like, yep.
Okay, we got it.
Yep. What will you invite in your life? I literally wrote, what will you invite in my life? But what will you invite in yours?
Love, confidence, and joy.
Oh, it's concise.
Always concise. Like, I just wrote down those 3 things. Like, that's it. That's all I want.
I love it. Okay. I put love too, and positivity. Guidance from beyond humanity, which you kind of talked about last round.
Yeah. Like kind of that, yeah.
Letting go, letting like life happen in a way, kind of. I don't know. Abundance. Yeah, like abundance. That. Like, yeah, why not? Yeah. Loyalty, faithfulness, and respect for self and others.
I like it.
Self and from others, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Especially abundance, like plentiful opportunities, experiences,
everything,
like just
people.
That's such a good word.
Opportunities, like career wise or whatever, job wise, not always the same thing. Money, money, please. Just I mean, just enough so I can like live on my own. Just enough. What will you let go of in 2019?
Again, it's very concise, but impossible standards and expectations.
Work in progress.
Yep.
Keep
Work
going.
in progress. Oh, keep going?
Oh,
or you're saying
no,
that?
But,
okay.
But if you can.
No, that's about it. Okay. That's all I want to let go of.
All right.
Yeah.
I just thought for a second, like if I would be the first one answering, like blah blah blah, blah and then blah blah. So we're doing this right, is what you're saying, right? So I think it feels a little better.
Okay, good.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe not. I want to let go of fear, shame. Yeah. I do feel a lot of shame for a lot of reasons. Yeah. Ego. Never liked the ego. Don't believe the ego should exist. I'm being contradicted even by people who are enlightened and whatever. But I have a problem with that ego. I just I feel best when it's not there. In the sense of like the common usage of ego. Living in someone's shadow. And that's like specifically, I put it specifically with, the recent events and like comparing myself and not feeling as good as the other person and blah, blah, blah. I would say the same thing if I was, saying that to myself, but like for some reason it hit me and yeah, like it drives me insane. Like literally, you just go crazy comparing yourself. Like, oh, they do this better, they look prettier, or blah 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 blah.
Can't do it.
No, but also like in a relationship, in family, like in so many places, living someone's in like with bosses and stuff, like yeah, living in someone's shadow out.
Yeah.
And disrespect. I want to let go of disrespect, mine and other people's towards me or towards others.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I obviously can't let go of other people's stuff,
No,
but
yeah.
If I could, what fear do you want to conquer?
Fear of failure, which is a hard one, but yeah.
This is always, not always, for me, for a few years, it has been constant question of, is it fear of failure or fear of success? And is fear of success actually real?
That's a good point.
What are your thoughts?
Oh, I mean, I don't think a fear of success. Why would you be afraid of success?
I've been told that I am afraid of success, and I've sort of come to a conclusion that I am.
I guess I can see that because as I'm sitting here thinking, like, fear of failure, you're afraid that if you try, you're not going to succeed, right? So you're going to look dumb because you failed. Fear of success, if you succeed, then people are going to expect more.
Yeah.
You succeeded, so you should be able to do this, and you should be able to do this, and you should,
Or-
so the expectations and the pressure is higher.
Yeah. Or also, like, if you succeed, then what?
Oh, yeah. Then what are you working for? What are you
Right.
trying to accomplish?
Yeah. So you, like, constantly,
Oh.
like, oh, but if I accomplish this goal, it won't be a goal anymore.
So then what we have
And
to
I
work
think,
for.
yeah, because I don't finish books. I don't finish anything. I don't like finishing stuff. I don't like finishing. So I think it's very tied to that, yeah. Because then if I finish it, like food or something, then there's no more of that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. And also my cousin and I talked about fear of success so like, oh yeah, I don't remember now though, but yeah. Sorry.
That's okay.
I want to conquer the fear of being unlovable and unaccepted for being 100% myself at the office. Yeah, in like a job. I have a huge, and it works against me actually. Yeah, feeling like I'm inadequate, or like if I'm myself, I'm not good enough, and yet. Like in the office, in my relationships, on the street. That sounds like a prostitute on the street.
No.
But, you know, like driving, I think is what I meant. But, yeah, like I've seen it that if I'm not myself, when I'm myself unapologetically, people get attracted to me more. And, like, I pull them in, I'm... all of a sudden not valuable, but like I do things right in their eyes. And when I'm not myself, when I'm trying to be what they want to be me to be, then it's like you're not good enough for me. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to be what you want. Yeah,
because you're not. Yeah,
it's so crazy, but so real. Share something you're looking forward to in 2019.
I guess just like I'm just excited to see what this year holds. I know that sounds cliche, but like seriously, like last year was so unexpected.
It's like a awesome excitement.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, what else is gonna happen?
Yeah,
you know, I mean,
yeah,
that's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to is, I guess, like trying to let go of the expectations of what's gonna happen. Just being like, all right, life, let's see, what do we got?
Yeah,
what you got?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if I was thinking like
picking it up.
I know, like can they hear? And then I still kept doing it.
Oh well.
But I do like this is so bad. I will break this. Yeah, but this is like a stress kind of thing. I think I'm not stressed, but you know whatever. I'm looking forward to new beginnings, which is
nice.
Not necessarily the same thing. I was going to say close, but But yeah, new beginnings.
Yeah.
Right now I don't feel it, but when I wrote this, that's what. So.
Well, what do you feel right now?
Oh. looking forward to anything because it's all so unpredictable. Like I there's nothing. Like I think when I first even started thinking about this, I had the job, a prospect, and like the friendship, relationship, whatever, with Pine Tree, and like literally a new beginning, and like who knows what that's going to be, and like myself and all the stuff, but like the job is so I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't seem real the more I'm waiting, and so I'm not so excited because I just don't feel like there are new beginnings. I don't know. Yeah. It just feels like it's going to be kind of bland. I don't know.
I think you're gonna be surprised.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I'm sure. Because you never know. Yeah. Life happens.
Yep.
Any advice?
Be nice. That's all I have.
So concise.
Because I feel like, and I know,
it's fine.
I know it's so cliche too, but like I really do believe kindness can change the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it can change people, and people change the world. So that's the only advice I have is just don't be a jerk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was something that was like an eye opener for me a couple weeks ago when, the situation you don't know, and that's okay. But I was in that middle where I could have been nasty. I guess technically I could have been nasty. I don't see that realistically. I could have been nasty, but I could have been not so nice. And it just clicked with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, no, just chill, just love, dude.
Calm down, man.
Yeah, like, just chill out, and like everyone. I went through that week or two of like everyone's dealing with their own stuff. Like, who am I? Who are you to like judge this person and like try to change them? Doesn't happen anyways. They change when they change. You can't change them. You can change them by being. And this is something that Pine Tree taught me. And when he said it, I was like, no, you're wrong. Because I want to change the world for the better. Make a difference. Add value. Blah, blah, blah. Make people love each other more and blah, blah, blah. Anyways. So I was more of a fighter. I'm a Sagittarius. Maybe that's why I'm like, yeah, let's just shoot those arrows. And he said, no, like you just are that. And I also like to be the change that you want to see in the world, but I did not put the two together, and I didn't really understand until he like phrased it in his own way, where it's like you just be who you are, and people will see it's working for you, and they'll want to be that too. And so I'm like, yeah, but that's so much work. That's so hard. That's not easy. As easy as like telling people what to do.
Yeah.
Because you have to put in all the work. And so my advice is only truth, which is hard. But even if others lie and lies win, and the inner peace, but the inner peace is invaluable, and the peace you bring to the world by being truthful, also invaluable. Like with this other person, I don't want to say new, but whatever. Yeah, just be truthful and honest, and like open but truthful and honest, and like it works. Inside, like you feel better, and there's like just the energy is different. It's not low frequency energy. When there's lies, it's so low frequency energy, and it just you feel it, like it's there, and it's destructive, no matter if it's a good lie or not. Like if it's a white lie or
I really like that.
Yeah, well,
that's awesome.
That's pretty much my year. So alrighty, that went much faster. Look at that.
Yeah, it did.
Yay! I'm so upset with the quality. Like, I used to be such a stickler. Yeah, stickler for a good quality video, but we got it done. Yeah, cool. And technically, this is supposed to be a podcast.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, okay. Endings and beginnings is so awkward for me. Like when I'm by myself, I'm okay.
Oh,
Sort
well,
of.
then just pretend you're by yourself. I'll just.
I don't know. I don't know. No, it's us. It's our thing. So yeah. Any parting words? 2019.
I would say I can be super cheesy, or I
Oh,
can
go.
just be normal.
Be cheesy.
No, I'm just kidding. Here's to 2019.
Hey.
Hey. See, I don't know.
Good enough.